Folks, welcome in, and we're going to start with chapter 23 of 2 Chronicles. Joash becomes king over Judah. And God bless every one of you who joins in, and yeah, let's get started. And in the 7th year, Jehoiada strengthened himself and took the captains of hundreds, Azariah the son of Jehoram, and Ishmael the son of Jehohanan, and Azariah the son of Obed, and Messiah the son of Adiah, and Elishaphat the son of Zikri, and to covenant with him. And they went about in Judah, and gathered the Levites out of the cities of Judah, and the chief of the fathers of Israel. And they came to Jerusalem. And all the congregation made a covenant with the king in the house of God. He said unto them, Behold, the king's son shall reign, as the Lord hath said of the sons of David. This is the thing that ye shall do. The third part of you entering on the Sabbath of the priests and of the Levites shall be porters of the doors, and a third part shall be at the king's house, and a third part at the gate of the foundation, and all the house shall be in the courts of the house of the Lord. But let none come into the house of the Lord, save the priests and they that minister of the Levites. They shall go in, for they are holy. But all the people shall keep the watch of the Lord. And the Levites shall compass the king round about, every man with his weapons in his hand. And whosoever else cometh into the house, he shall be put to death. But be ye with the king when he cometh in, and when he goeth out. So the Levites and all Judah did according to all the things that Jehoiada the priest had commanded, and took every man his men that were to come in on the Sabbath, and with them that were to go out on the Sabbath. For Jehoiada the priest dismissed not the courses. Moreover, Jehoiada the priest delivered to the captains 100 spears and bucklers and shields that had been King David's, which were in the house of God. And he said, all the people, every man having his weapon in his hand, from the right side of the temple to the left side of the temple, along by the altar and by the temple, by the king round about. Excuse me. They brought out the king's son and put upon him the crown and gave him the testimony and he made him king. And Jehoiada and his sons anointed him and said, God save the king. Uh, Ivanov, the Viacom captain, this is PBS, the public broadcasting service. God bless you. And you too, Diane Daininya Ratanasari. God bless you both. Execution of Athaliah. Now when Athaliah heard the noise of the people running in praise of the king, she came to the people into the house of the Lord. And she looked, and behold, the king stood at his pillar at the entering in, and the princes and the trumpets by the king. And all the people of the land rejoiced, and sounded with trumpets also the singers with instruments of music, and as taught to sing praise. Then Athaliah rent her clothes and said, Treason, treason. And Jehoiada the priest brought out the captains of hundreds that were set over the host, and said unto them, Have her forth of the ranges, and whoso followeth her, let him be slain with the sword. For the priest said, Slay her not in the house of the Lord. So they laid hands on her, and when she was come to the entering of the horse gate by the king's house, they slew her there. Good job for reading this far. God bless you, Metro. Thank you so much. Um, If it sounds like I'm kind of mumbling, it's because I have a tongue. I bit my tongue a few days ago, and the sore is there, and it's a little painful. So, you know, but I hope everybody in this chat, I mean, is doing great. The revival through Jehoiada. Jehoiada made a covenant between him and between all the people and between the king that they should be the Lord's people. Then all the people went down to the house of Baal and break it down and break his altars and his images in pieces and slew Mattan, the priest of Baal, before the altars. Also, Jehoiada appointed the offices of the house of the Lord by the hand of the priests, the Levites, whom David had distributed in the house of the Lord, to offer the burnt offerings of the Lord, as it is written in the law of Moses, with rejoicing and with singing, as it was ordained by David. And he set the porters at the gates of the house of the Lord, that none which was unclean and anything should enter in. And he took the captains of hundreds and the nobles, and the governors of the people, and all the people of the land, and brought down the king from the house of the Lord, and they came through the high gate into the king's house, and set the king upon the throne of the kingdom. And all the people of the land rejoiced, and the city was quiet after they had slain Athaliah with the sword. Let's see this here. Jerry, God bless you. How's it going? Metro had to cut a friendship with someone today. Oh yeah, I heard that last stream or last when Adam streamed son. So, yeah. I'm just like, whatever. If they want to hang out with me, then sure, we can hang out. If not, then I'll just let them be. Won't waste their time and they won't waste my time. Doing okay? How are you? I'm doing awesome. Hello, waving between 1 through 10. How gay are you? Nobody. God bless you. Welcome in. First of all, do you like fish sticks? I haven't tried fish sticks in a long time, so I can't really tell you. Uh, if you're meaning gay as in happy, then probably a 5 out of 10. Um, which is not necessarily bad. It's just, you know, uh, average, pretty average. Bingo. Thank you, nobody, even though you're not actually a nobody. You're more than a nobody. Why are you not happy? Sorry, Metro. Like, you can say, hey, I can't hang out instead of getting mad, you know? Yeah, that's that's what I do. I'm like, hey, I can't hang out. Uh, and I'm like, whatever. Or rather, okay, that sounded a little pushy. I meant to say, okay, if he can't hang out, then I'll let him be. I won't force him. He means gay as into men. Yeah, no, he clearly means happy. I'm not happy at all. Nobody? Is there something that we can help you with? Is there anything? that we can help you. First of all, would you like to describe your situation? I guess that makes them straight. Hmm, hmm, I get it. All right, where were we? Chapter 24. All right, Jerry, try it out. I liked and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you, man. God bless you, and may you find God's way, and may you find it in your heart to follow. I will listen to you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I kind of feel bad calling you nobody. I only say that because that's your username, but it kind of feels pretty awful, uh, if you know what I mean. All right, I'm gonna drink some water because my mouth dries easily. Hmm. Okay, chapter 24. And yes, Jerry is a mod now. If he's still there, you can check it out. You can call me No No. Okay, that's a little better, I guess. All right. I'll put the chat away and concentrate on the Bible. We're going to read chapter 24, the reign of Joash or Jehoash. Do you put sea salt in your water? No. I do. I, I did a little experiment where I put a little bit of salt in my milk, but I also added condensed milk and honey in it, and it tasted pretty good. Just don't add too much salt because then it'll ruin everything. But milk already has salt if you think of it. It's just like enhancing the flavor, if that makes any sense. But in terms of sea salt and water, I don't. At least milk has a flavor. Uh, so Joash becomes king, and Athaliah runs into the house of the Lord and gets killed. And Jehoiada makes a covenant for the people to be the Lord's. Yes? Okay. Awesome. All right. Now, now I'll put the chat away so that we can concentrate on this mighty Bible. This is 2 Chronicles chapter 24. Reign of Joash or Jehoash or Jehoash or something. Joash was 70 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 40 years in Jerusalem. His mother's name was also Zeviah of Beersheba. And Joash did that which was right in the sight of the Lord of all the days of Jehoiada the priest. And Jehoiada took for him 2 wives, and he begat sons and daughters. And it came to pass after this that Joash was minded to repair the house of the Lord. And he gathered together the priests and the Levites, and said to them, Go out into the cities of Judah, and gather all Israel money to repair the house of your God from year to year, and see that ye hasten the matter. Howbeit the Levites hastened it not. And the king called for Jehoiada the chief, and said unto them, Why hast thou not required of the Levites to bring in out of Judah and out of Jerusalem the collection according to the commandment of Moses, the servant of the Lord, and of the congregation of Israel for the tabernacle of witness? For the sons of Athaliah, that wicked woman, had broken up the house of God and also all the dedicated things of the house of the Lord, which they bestow upon Baalim. Wait, let's take a okay. The temple repaired. And at the king's commandment they made a chest and set it without at the gate of the house of the Lord. And they made a proclamation through Judah and Jerusalem to bring in to the Lord the collection that Moses, the servant of God, laid upon Israel in the wilderness. And all the princes and all the people rejoiced and brought in and cast into the chest until they had made an end. Now it came to pass that at which time the chest was brought unto the king's office by the hand of the Levites, and when they saw that there was much money, the king's scribe and the high priest's officer came and emptied the chest and took it and carried it to his place again. Thus they did day by day and gathered money in abundance. And the king and Jehoiada gave it to such as did the work of the service of the house of the Lord, and hired masons and carpenters to repair the house of the Lord, and also such as wrought iron and brass to mend the house of the Lord. So the workmen wrought, and the work was perfected by them, and they set the house of God in his state and strengthened it. And when they had finished it, they brought the rest of the money before the king and Jehoiada, whereof the whereof were made vessels for the house of the Lord, even vessels to minister and to offer withal, and spoons, and vessels of gold and silver. And they offered burnt offerings in the house of the Lord continually all the days of Jehoiada. But Jehoiada waxed old and was full of days when he died. 130 years old was he when he died. And they buried him in the city of David among the kings, because he had done good in Israel, both toward God and toward his house. Now, after the death of Jehoiada came the princess of Judah and made obeisance to the king. Then the king hearkened unto them, and they left the house of the Lord God of their fathers and served groves and idols. And wrath came upon Judah and Jerusalem for this their trespass. Yet he sent prophets to them to bring them again unto the Lord, and they testified against them, but they would not give ear. Zechariah's stone. And the Spirit of God came upon Zechariah the son of Jehoiada the priest, which stood above the people, and said unto them, Thus saith God, Why transgress ye the commandments of the Lord, that ye cannot prosper? Because ye have forsaken the Lord, he hath also forsaken you. And they conspired against him, and stoned him with stones at the commandment of the king in the courts of the house of the Lord. Thus Joash the king remembered not the kindness which Jehoiada his father had done to him, but slew his son. And when he died, he said, The Lord look upon it and require it. Assyrian invasion, Judah defeated. And it came to pass at the end of the year that the host of Syria came up against him, and it came to Judah and Jerusalem, and destroyed all the princes of the people from among the people, and sent all the spoil of them unto the king of Damascus. For the army of the Syrians came with a small company of men, and the Lord delivered a very great host into their hand, because they had forsaken the Lord God of their fathers. So they executed judgment against Joash. And when they were departed from him, for they left them in great diseases, For his own servants conspired against him for the blood of the sons of Jehoiada the priest, and slew him on his bed, and he died. And they buried him in the city of David, but they buried him not in the sepulchres of the kings. And these are they that conspired against him: Zabad, the son of Shimeath, and Ammonitis, and Jehozabad, the son of Shimrith, a Moabitess. Now concerning his sons and the greatness of the burdens laid upon him, and the repairing of the house of God, behold, they are written in the story of the book of the kings. And Amaziah his son reigned in his stead. Okay, so chapter 24, going over it. They repair the temple, and then woman, tricks the king to allow the people to worship idols and stuff. And then Zechariah is stoned, and Syria invades. Hello, Steve. God bless you. Welcome in. Do you believe in getting saved to go to heaven? Yes, of course. Jesus Christ, uh, that's why he was crucified, so that we may be forgiven. I think, um, what else should I say? Uh, Nothing much to say. It's pretty self-explanatory. Um, Je- Whoever believed in Jesus Christ gets to be saved by Jesus Christ. Whoever doesn't believe in him, well, they won't be saved by Jesus. Jesus won't intercede at the time of judgment. Okay, so chapter 25 is going to be our last chapter. So let's start with the reign of Amaziah over Judah. Amaziah was 20 and 5 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 29 years in Jerusalem. And uh, he reigned 29 years in Jerusalem, and his mother's name was Jehoaddan of Jerusalem. And he did that which was right in the sight of the Lord, but not with a perfect heart. Now it came to pass when the kingdom was established to him that he slew his servants that had killed the king his father, but he slew not their children, but did it as it is written in the law in the book of Moses, where the Lord commanded, saying, the fathers shall not die for their children, neither shall the children die for their fathers, but every man shall die for his own sin. I'm at work and on break, and I'm listening. That's awesome. I appreciate it. I'll make it quick so that you can get back to work. Moreover, Amaziah gathered Judah together and made them captains over thousands and captains over hundreds, according to the houses of their fathers, throughout all Judah and Benjamin. And he numbered them from 20 years old and above, and found them 300,000 boys, men, able to go forth to war, that could handle spear and shield. He hired also 100,000 mighty men of valor out of Israel for 100 talents of silver. But there came a man of God to him, saying, O king, let not the army of Israel go with thee, for the Lord is not with Israel, to wit, with all the children of Ephraim. But if thou wilt go, do it. Be strong for the battle. God shall make thee fall before the enemy, for God hath power to help and to cast down. And Amaziah said to the man of God, But what shall we do for the 100 talents which I have given to the army of Israel? And the man of God answered, uh, The Lord is able to give thee much more than this. Christian, God bless you. Thank you for joining. I'm just going to read chapter 25 and I'll sign off shortly thereafter. Maybe we could stay for a few minutes, but I'll sign off early because after tomorrow I'm free. Okay. Then Amaziah separated them, to wit, the army that was come to him out of Ephraim, to go home again. Wherefore their anger was kindled against Judah, and they returned home in great anger. And Amaziah strengthened them himself, and led forth his people, and went to the valley of Salt, and smote of the children of Seir 10,000. And other 10,000 left alive did the children of Judah carry away captive, and brought them unto the top of the rock, and cast them down from the rock at the top of the rock, that they all were broken in pieces. But the soldiers of the army, which Amaziah sent back, that they should not go with him to battle, fell upon the cities of Judah, from Samaria even unto Beth-horon, and smote 3,000 of them, and took much spoil. Now it came to pass, after that Amaziah was come from the slaughter of the Edomites, that he brought the gods of the children of Seir, and set them up to be his gods, and bowed them himself before them, and burned incense unto them. Wherefore the anger of the Lord was kindled against Amaziah, and he sent unto him a prophet, which said unto him, Why hast thou sought after the gods of the people, which could not deliver their own people out of thine hand? And it came to pass, as he talked with him, that the king said unto him, Art thou made of the king's counsel? Forbear. Why shouldest thou be smitten? Then the prophet forbore and said, I know that God hath determined to destroy thee, because thou hast done this, and hast not hearkened unto my counsel. War between Judah and Israel. Then Amaziah king of Judah took advice and sent Joash the son of Jehoahaz, the son of Jehu, the king of Israel, saying, Come, let us see one another in the face. And Joash the king of Israel sent to Amaziah the king of Judah, saying, The thistle that was in Lebanon sent to the cedar that was in Lebanon, saying, Give thy daughter to my son to wife. There passed a wild beast that was in Lebanon, and trode down the thistle. Thou sayest, Lo, thou hast smitten the Edomites, and thine heart lifted up thee up to boast. Have I now at home? Why shouldest thou meddle to thine hurt, and that thou shouldest fail? Even thou Judah with thee. But Amaziah would not hear, for he came with God, and he might deliver him into the hand of their enemies, because they sought after the gods of Edom. So Joash the king of Israel went up, and they saw one another in the face, both he and Amaziah king of Judah, at Beth Shemesh, which belongeth to Judah. And Judah was put to the worst before Israel, and they fled every man to his tent. Uh, and Joash the king of Israel took Amaziah the king of Judah, the son of Joash, the son of Jehoahaz, at Bethshemesh, and brought him to Jerusalem, and brake down the wall of Jerusalem from the gate of Ephraim to the corner gate, 400 cubits. And he took all the gold and the silver and all the vessels that were found in the house of God, with Obed-Edom and the treasures of the king's house, the hostages also, and returned to Samaria. And Amaziah the son of Joash king of Judah lived after the death of Joash son of Jehoahaz king of Israel 15 years. Now the rest of the acts of Amaziah, first and last, behold, are they not written in the book of the kings of Judah and Israel? Now, after the time that Amaziah did turn away from following the Lord, they made a conspiracy against him in Jerusalem, and he fled to Lachish. But they sent to Lachish after him and slew him there. They brought him upon horses and buried him with his fathers in the city of Judah. The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. Thank you. Thank you, Steve. Awesome for you to keep reading the gospel when you have a few people on. What matters is not the people. It's just that I get the objective across. Um, is it nice to have these people? Always, without a doubt. But regardless of whether there's people or not, I like to get in my 3 pages of the Bible. Can I share a dream I had 2 nights ago? Oh yeah, for sure. In the meantime, I'm going to switch to desktop. All right, we're gonna let that open. And we're gonna be working on something in just a minute. Okay. Let me get back to this chat first. No matter how many viewers are here, people can always replay the streams later. Exactly. All right. I'll just have to switch back and forth. I'm just going to load a document that I had. This one. That's not the right one. Hold on. I guess this will. I don't know. And as for the dream, I had a dream that me and Christy were in college together. So this dream took place 10 years ago. But I need to say this dream was a nightmare, which I will explain. Oh my goodness. So we both find out we can graduate early if we take a test. She goes down to college to take the test, and I get there a little bit after she gets there. She goes to the front desk. I won't say anything uh until you complete the dream because I really don't want to get ahead of myself. So I'll let you finish up the dream and then I'll give you my thoughts. Okay. Isn't it crazy though how dreams can be so real? Oh yeah. At one point it feels just like a regular day. Like you're not even dreaming. And then when you wake up, it was like, what in the world just happened? She asked the front desk where to go for a test, and he told her. By the time I get there, I realize she is gone and I'm panicking. I don't know where to go. I'm lost and scared. Uh-oh. And then I finally accept defeat, leave the school, and find myself at my office. Then I wake up, but I wake up with anxiety. The after effect of a dream, feeling real, like you said, sweet. Oh my goodness. I've had my fair share of weird dreams. Like, for example, I'd be like dreaming that I'm falling like 1,000 feet above ground level. And then it looks like I'm aiming for the field or what else? For the streets, the roads. Like falling at like 90,000 miles per hour. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh my goodness, what just happened? And it's like, oh thank goodness. Oh my goodness. That felt really weird and scary. So I know what it feels like. And second, I've had some dreams also where I was in high school, but not in high school back then, but in high school today. Like I dreamed that I retook high school. I went back to high school in my current day and age. So yeah, and it was kind of odd to be honest. I'm like, what the heck am I doing in high school if I'm already graduated? They are gone and it turns into a wild goose chase. Oh, sorry. Uh, I hate dreams where I'm chasing someone. I have uh dreams like that before in years past where I'm trying to talk to someone and I am chasing them. But every time I get to where they are at, they are gone and it turns into a wild goose chase. In those dreams, I always want to tell something to someone that is important, but I'm just chasing them and never able to get them where I can tell them what I need to say. I get what you're saying. Uh, it's like I'm not sure how to describe it. Like sometimes it in real life could be like you you cowered up yourselves and you end up missing out. But in this case, it's not cowardice. It's just they vanish. I've had dreams about being in high school and college where I am either am skipping class, lost in a hole, or having an assignment due that I went months without doing. Yeah, well, right now I've had dreams where I'm basically on my Chromebook doing assignments and walking in hallways that look rather odd and in cafeterias. It's pretty good nostalgia fuel, but you know, It does get odd after a while. Adobe Premiere Pro. Okay. What's strange is that you asked me that night if I had any dreams about Chrissy, and I said not lately. Then I go to bed and have that horrid dream. Wow. Right on cue. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been like a mass shooting happening then, or, you know, you could have been in an airplane in that dream, and then the airplane starts to blow up. So it's not necessarily the worst, but it's still kind of anxiety fuel. So I do understand. So if we read this dream again, let's see. So after you woke up and you had your anxiety attack, I guess you could say. Um, did you have any other further thoughts about this dream, or any intuitions, or tendencies? That's right, it could have been worse. Usually when I do have dreams where she stars in, they are pleasant dreams. Oh, that's sweet. It might be a I know this sounds like a bad dream, but I do think that you know, there's a silver lining in it. Maybe it might be a calling from God to prepare for her because she's coming to town soon. Really depends on how you want to interpret it. Uh, what else? Mac only streaming software. Live speaking. The only other thoughts that I had about that dream was the fact that it reminded me of other dreams where I'm chasing someone trying to talk to them. I've had other dreams like that. Yeah, I've had dreams before where I tried to complete an objective but never end up completing it. Not necessarily chasing someone, but I never get to complete the objective. Now that could be true. Now Christy, I believe, still lives here, so maybe it means that God is telling me to get ready because that day is coming. Yep, just like that song from the Temptations, get ready, 'cause here I come. Now that day is going to arrive soon. Mhm. I'm just trying to look around and see. I remember after my junior year, I had a dream about my other crush who had graduated. I wanted to talk to her and I was trying to catch up to her, but every time I got to where I thought she was gone. Yes, and had another brief fresh off my seat. Yeah, uh, I'm not sure why, but it always seems like dreams are incomplete. Like, there's usually one piece missing. So, yeah, as I mentioned before, I dreamed about playing scooter hockey, but instead of a puck, it's a small pebble that I had to put in the net, and I ended up not putting it in the net. Well, speaking of which, I've got some hockey on my TV. Yeah, so, by the way, about your other crush, did you have any other dreams apart from that one? Oh, I remember around the same time I had another dream where the crush wasn't in it, but her boyfriend was. In the dream, he was our server at a restaurant and he flung a piece of raw meat in my drink. My goodness! Raw meat! Like he was upset that I was showing interest in his girlfriend. Man, raw meat, that was random. Out of nowhere. Now that drink must have tasted all bloody and irony. Irony. Get it. Let me just put this right here. Mambo number five. One of the songs of the day. It was a bloody piece of raw meat. He was trying to poison me in that dream. Darn. Was it spoiled? Or or was it fresh at least? Uh, hopefully it wasn't spoiled or anything. Or well, it's already contaminated, but hopefully it wasn't spoiled. Because that would be another layer of madness. All right. I couldn't tell if it was fresh. It was just raw and unconsumable. Yeah, usually, yeah, If it's red, it's fresh. If it's brownish, then it's probably going bad. So yeah, piece of meat. Um, it's not as weird as how to basic making a Krabby Patty and throwing in a SpongeBob DVD inside of it, but still kind of random. So there you go. See this one that we want added here. Oh, here it is. Oh, I didn't even eat that whole thing. But as for the dream I had 2 nights ago, I wasn't. Oh crap! I almost stopped the stream. Goodness gracious. Uh, I wasn't sure what to make of it. It did spook me a bit, but only because it felt real. Yeah, I've had multiple dreams where I'm like inside of an airplane and stuff. One of the dreams was the plane starts to malfunction and all havoc rates. So yeah, definitely worth mentioning. Uh, too big. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Here we go. So yeah, let's put this, put that. Actually, I want to make this bigger. No, that's too big. Okay. 400, 300, 350. There we go. Or actually 325. That's a lot better. Actually, I want to switch it up a little bit and see if this works better. I prefer this, to be honest. Even though this one looks cool, it's not quite as legible. And, oh, wrong color. There we go. And then I think this one would work more. And this outro is coming along nicely. Yep. This is for a channel called The Bottom Line View. They cover uh, NFL stuff. They dig deep into the ad libs and the mechanics of it and all the physics and engineering of it. And so I decided, I should make this and see what he thinks. I need to make the colors more vibrant though, so it pops out more. Okay. Uh, I want to see what editing software he uses. Hmm, I don't know, honestly. Oh well. Oh goodness, one of the thumbnails is like, oh, it's a vertical. That's why. Yeah, that's a guy. Um, oh, you might not see it, but that's okay. Uh, let's just work on this intro. Mambo number five. Dum, dum. Pro football PFF. Pro football focus. Hmm. Copy. That doesn't matter. Copyright symbol. Let me copy that and put this in this font or font color. I mean, put this one here. Hmm. Follower to 200. You know what? I'll just zoom it out. No, let me fix this. Yeah, looks better. Okay. I really like the green color. Green has always been my favorite color. Oh yeah, I love green as well. Now, if you look on the bottom line view, their color is predominantly like a hint of mm, this shade of blue, sort of. So, nope, I won't make it that. Make it 60. Oh, now I see. The smaller the font, the the bigger the outline, the thickness of the outline looks. So that explains it. I'll take care of that and oh goodness, I screwed up the font. There we go. Let me just do this and I'll check back into the chat. Okay. Yeah, blue, green, both of them are my favorite colors. Save this as BLV credits. Yeah, so that font looks very similar to Montserrat Black. Oh, this font? Well, uh, yeah, this is what I took from. It looks like the CBS font, which I took a lot of inspiration from. It's called TT Norms Pro, so yeah, it's really nice font, and you know, uh, I love using it, and I also love to mix it with Highway Gothic expanded specifically. So yeah, I'm going to export this right now, and I think I'll come back to it. And oh goodness, I screwed up on that. Yeah, it's okay. I'll return to it. Yeah, like that. There we go. The closing logo animation looks fire. Oh, thanks. Um, I use VideoVolt, which is a subscription-based service. So, yeah, Mike, God bless you. I just wanted to mention that your Edmonton Oilers are winning. They're winning 3-0 against the Golden Knights. Um, Give me just 1 second. No, 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 that's all right. I'm back. And oh, Big L's here as well. God bless you too. How's it going? I'm gonna unmute the TV so I can hear what's going on in the Edmonton Oilers game. Yeah, so it's what I've been working on. And yeah, what you can do on Video Bolt is you can put um an image of something and it'll work. So yeah, it's yeah, hang in there, Mike. Hang in there. So if we were to put the CDG logo, for example, we could also put that there, especially if it's transparent. It'll work beautifully. Huh. They're paying commenting on the music. Yeah. Mike, what's your thoughts on the Oilers? Is that Stuart Skinner? Or is it still Calvin Pickard in that? That's cool. Maybe one day we could try it out for fun. Um, I have the CDG logo in PNG format. That's awesome. Yeah, just you can browse on Video Vault and look up uh, millions of templates, well, thousands of templates. Yeah, you could say I'm adulting too busy or he could streams when I'm not available. Yeah, uh, you can never control hockey times, to be honest. They're always fixed. I'm surprised Vegas is getting beat by Skinner. That's Stuart Skinner? Wow. I've been making Welcome to China before. Oh, empty net. I guess not. Wait, not yet. Which technically means yet. I did a report on all 32 teams and all the number of sacks that each team had over the past 10 seasons. Who's number one? Good guy. How's that YTP coming up for you, Mike? YTP's YouTube clips. They were the rave that get of the last decade, and then COVID came and washed it all away. Oh, Petrangelo got injured a while ago, and I'll try to join Adam's stream, but when I can. But let's just say I'm not leaving on bad terms. He knows. He knows very well. Don't worry about a thing. Huh. They're playing Chapel Roan Pink Pony Club inside of the Oilers arena. The Steelers have the most 486. I can only imagine how much of that is TJ Watt alone. I love Catherine Chapin. She's an underrated reporter, to be honest with you. I wish she was more present in sports presentations. Uh-oh. Okay, never mind. All right. Golden Knights setting up their tent. Skinner, Skinner, Skinner. You gotta get your shutout. They clear it. Oh, it went to the bench. I'm focusing on my Welcome to China the Four project. Plus, I'm talking to a Gurk. How's that Gurk going? Uh, is she the Dutch girl, or are you not talking with her anymore? At one point, they recorded 50 plus sacks for 6 straight seasons, and they led the league in sacks from 17 to 21. That's wild, to say the least. Another icing. Yes. How's that Dutch girl, or I don't know if it's a Dutch girl anymore, or if it's someone else that you're talking to, but hopefully it goes well. Moss, God bless you. Welcome in. The Oilers, Stuart Skinner, man. He's gonna get a freaking shutout. Hey guys, I have to head out unfortunately, as I have to get up for a business trip. Alright. Sleep well, my friend, and we'll see you soon. Three zip up 3 games to 1. Stuart Skinner with a shutout. Have a great night, Christian, and God bless. Yes, sleep deep, rise and shine bright, and go in peace and seek the love of the Lord. Thank you, too, bro. I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, man, that Oilers bullhorn sounds like it would be loud as heck. They play la 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 bamba. Ba la 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 ba. I've heard that song a couple of times on Jack FM, so good night and God bless. Sleep well, my friends, and may the Lord shine through your hearts. Yep. And Moss Sports World is the whole entire world of Moss Sports is celebrating the entire win of the Edmonton Oilers. They might be their only hope to get into the Stanley Cup Finals in terms of a Canadian team. Well, we'll see what happens with the Jets. Winnipeg Jets, if they can come back next game, they have a case. The Rams, Broncos, Eagles, and Ravens round out the top five. Sheesh. Sheesh. That's Aaron Donald and who else? Von Miller. And the Eagles, well, the Eagles, I think they had Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham as well. I think they had Javon Hargrave at one point. I could be wrong. And then the Ravens, Calais Campbell. Uh, although I think he played defensive tackle, which might not matter. I'm not too sure. Stuart Skinner, man. Toronto's known for choking in the playoffs. Yep. And looks like the same old Leafs are coming to fruition. Man, I didn't even think of the Leafs. The Maple Leafs. But yeah, you're right. They might not make it. If the Panthers make it through, they're going to be a dangerous bunch. Hey, a Big Al. Do you know what editing soft or not editing, but streaming software Mitch uses? I'm just curious because I'm making the credits for him. I think it's Ecamm Live, but I could be wrong. So that's what I've got right now. Uh, I'm not too sure. Here's a trivia question. Who leads the NFL in sacks in 2016? Hence, they had 48 sacks that year. Would that be, I'm going to say Von Miller of the Denver Broncos. I'm not sure what he uses. Okay, that's fine. I'll just put Ecamm Live for now. I use OBS to stream, which is, although it's pretty basic, it's straightforward and very easy to navigate. But it does glitch every once in a while, so that is the only thing. But yeah, it's what I use. I use this OBS. So, Aston, which team led the league in sacks? Oh, Denver Broncos. Oh wait, no. I take that back. No. Hmm. Okay, 16, 17. Goodness. Let's see. Flags. Uh, goodness gracious. I'll just say the Eagles. I'm not actually sure. The Patriots are more offense. Falcons, not too sure. Uh, Broncos had 42 sacks in 2016. Oh, so they're not too far off. What else? Hmm. Um, let's see who else. Maybe the Panthers. Hmm. 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 Not clear. Or my third guess, if it's not the Eagles, it would be the Rams. No, 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 no. The Cardinals. That's a shocker. 48 sacks. Now I've got to know. Did they make the playoffs that year? If they did, oh, they missed out. 7, 8, and 1. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, the Cardinals. That's crazy. Like, what in the world? I would have not thought the Cardinals would be in there for sure. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave now. Thank you, Big Al. Thank you, Christian, Moss, and Mike, and Metro, Steve. Who else? Nobody, or no, as I've said. Jerry and Ivana and Dion. Sleep deep, rise and shine.